So this game, I'm in a Republique with my clanmate Duke. We're on Sea of Fortune. It's a pretty balanced team. Both sides have one deep water torpedo boat. They have a Khabarovsk, so we're up one stealthy DD. And I have this ship configured for a combination of long distance. I don't have the legendary mod. I am going for the faster reload. The Republique has two 4-barrel turrets with heavy shells and a pretty fast reload, which makes up for the only 2 barrels. The legendary module takes off like 24% of the range, which is a pretty significant cut. As you can see with this 26 on this map, I cover most of the battlefield. Duke is going up to cover A. We have a Gearing that's in late. He isn't in yet, actually. And a Fletcher that's moving up to cap. And most of our team, if you'll notice, is angling over towards C. So I'm going to try to cover A primarily right now, see what comes in, and B. And be ready to move as necessary. The Republique also has a speed boost. I have 3 of those available, so I can reposition pretty well. And if she catches almost anything broadside, they are in real trouble. Now, if you'll also note on the mini-map, my secondary range, the green line, is 12.1 clicks. So I also have significant secondary, so I tend to go ahead and leave my main battery in AP almost all the time, unless I'm on one of these maps where people are coming down nose on, and there's not much point because she also has significant fire chances on both her main and secondary guns. And we can see that 2 of the enemy destroyers are already in A, or B rather, and they've got a good bit of their fleet coming down there. So there's a good chance that what's going on is the usual Sea of Fortune, where the teams split up and fight over A and C and leave B till later. I'm detected, and it's probably one of those DDs in C, but it could also be somebody coming into A. I'm going to throw some shots out on that battleship up there. And those missed. But it is getting busier over here, and we can see a Worcester just starting to set himself back. So we got shots out on him, and it results in 2 citadels, 41,000 in damage. Not bad at all. And that leaves me though in a position where I've got to go around this island. I was going to try to stay a little closer to A, but I can still cover it except for these rocks in the way. And we're capping up there. It looks like we've gotten them a bit nervous, so let's see what I can do up here. And it looks like they got a Worcester coming in. B, and again they're sort of camping above C. Fairly usual situation on this map. Shots out on the Montana. He's showing me some broadside, and boom, another citadel. We're just under 60,000. And I'm only 4 seconds away from a reload. Let's see if we can't punish the North Carolina, who's showing me some broadside. Shots out. I'm going to start angling down. Something tells me they're not going to like having me down here. I'm not making friends. There's another citadel. And over Pan, 2 ricochets. The Sigma on these guns is pretty good, so somebody gives you broadside, it's generally going to hurt. Yamato's kiting away a bit, but We'll see if we can't get lucky. The quick reload time with Republique does make it easier to experiment a bit. As you can see, those things barely landed, and I'm getting ready to have another set ready. They do have C. We don't have any caps. We're evenly down on ships, a destroyer and a battleship. And they've got air detecting me even if one of their ships isn't. I can't see somebody on here that is seeing me, however. Not saying I'm detected by air, just said air. I'm going to assume that that is a destroyer. There's a, yep, there we go. My shells just went over the gearing. And so if I see him again, I'm going to mark up. And here we have a Worcester. And shells are ready. Nice, just caught in there. That should give a good result. Ducking the gearings fish while, boom, 3 citadels in the Worcester. 120,000 in damage. And there is the gearing. And there's the Montana again. So I'll let the secondaries make the gearing nervous. Even with that little bit of visibility he had, we put 4 secondaries into him and disabled something. Wasn't watching him to see what it was, but it won't matter much. It'll probably be healed by the time he shows up again. But we are contesting 1 cap. They're in the process of getting B because I couldn't finish off that Worcester, and that gearing may have gone up there with him.
Engine boost deactivated.
Our Worcester took out the North Carolina. That balanced it a bit. Those secondaries can also be somewhat fast when they see something. And I am now caught on a side where I don't have a lot of good targets. The one thing with flanking like this in a Republique is you do sometimes need that speed boost because you're going to find yourself caught behind rocks and stuff. And so I'm going to start moving up through C and probably into B. Gearing is in range of the secondaries, and hopefully my guns will start putting some hurt on him. I'll deal with this Hindenburg and this Yamato. Give my 2 destroyers a little bit of cover coming in as well from one of those boats trying to come in. I don't think the gearing's going to want to do much as damage as he is, and I may be taking him down pretty soon. Well, he didn't make it behind the rock in time. There's a close quarters. You get in a tight map, and the ship is good for generating close quarters. Let's see if I can get the Yamato. Get a good salvo before he turns. Yeah, just an overpin. It looks like they're about to get A, and they're holding B, even though we got a Hindenburg and a Worcester contesting it. This game is closer than I would like. Alright, we're starting to get B. Let's see if the Hindenburg's nice enough to turn in and catch a couple of shells. But he's A. Yeah, there we go. 1 penetration. to keep him from trying to close in. The Yamato is still
Stations.
kiting away from me, and those just have more of the torpedoes, but he's kiting away that I'm not going to get much off of ricochets unless he comes back. But we'll see if we can't get something in the superstructure and start opening up secondaries. Yeah, ricochet. But now we're starting to get the secondaries. That is one thing. I mean, you do take some time to get your, especially your after guns around when you do what I just did. That is one thing you do have to consider. And I would definitely recommend doing what you can to increase the turret speeds because of times like this. Because right now I've only got those 4 barrels. But I do have those secondaries. But if you're in a long-range gunfight, that is not going to do much. You've got to be within that 12 clicks. But inside 12 clicks, they and the fires they can cause will punish people. Now, I will be including the results at the end of the game. As I mentioned, this is a... Oh, and there's another sit on the Yamato. We're racking up those secondary hits. Here we can get a fire. A lot of people picking on him, so I don't think with this island in the way I'm going to end up adding a Yamato to my kill count today, at least in this game. We do have a Montana coming down in there, and it looks like he's got probably company with him. So right now they're only holding A. We just took down another ship, so we've still got a bit of an advantage, both situational. I'm getting radar, so I'm going to assume that the Worcester's close. And yep, there is the other battleship. And they're all coming down. I'm going to start angling up a little bit. I got a Hindenburg on the other side who can throw shots. Not ideal.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
And Suzuki, can I get him with secondaries? Here come his torpedoes. See if I can get him before he gets out. I'm going to pop a shell on him. I don't want him to get away. And that should take care of him. Yep. And a Confederate to go with it. Now the Worcester. See if I can get something on him before he gets away. Oh, he's going to turn my way. Are we going to get lucky here? And he gets out of sight, but I'm going to throw some shells in and an overpen. Thin skin and heavy shells. I really don't want to be sitting here waiting for these 2 battleships, though, to come up broadside me. And their other 2 ships could be coming back through, and if I stay here, I'm going to find myself having that Hindenburg, if he gets killed, block me from getting in it anyway. So I'm going to start backing up, shifting my guns. Those are friendly because we have the Montana and the Bouillon coming behind. I'm going to start cutting back. There's a Khabarovsk. And he is closing in on my secondary range. We just lost another ship, so we're still ahead and we have caps, but this is still a close game. 177, almost 178,000 damage so far and 2 kills. I'd like to up that. There we go with the secondaries. That might keep the Khabarovsk from coming in too close. I enjoy playing the Cobb, and in the last week I have used those 6-click torpedoes to rush somebody. I don't know that I'd rush a Republique with those secondaries on me. Worcester's trying to slip into A. That Hindenburg and the other Worcester have to be around here somewhere. I'm detected by all those ships below me, so whoever is up here know I'm coming. Wasn't paying enough attention to my angle of steering, so I'm going to hit this rock. Have to back up. He's still in my secondary range. At the moment, it doesn't look like I have to worry about the battleship, so I'm getting a lot of HE fire off that Kaba. And I've lost sight of him. I'm radared. That Worcester's got to be close. And I'm not sure if that's the one I put the 2 sits in or the 3 sits in. Not sure just what his health is. I need to get these guns around pretty quick. I'm going to start turning me with it. That's a pretty brave stun. And I think that's him. And that gives us 3 kills. The Calibiers did take out our Worcester, so we are now down to 3 ships apiece. We have a battleship, a cruiser, and a destroyer. We have a battleship and 2 destroyers. And one of those can't fish the Calibiers. And the Calibiers is a pretty mean contender. I'm detected, I assume. Well, I guess it wasn't by the Hindenburg. There is, yep, there's the Hindenburg. 38,000 to my 62, advantage me. There's the fire. High caliber. Let's see if we can go ahead and take him down quick. Smart, he's going to be turning in. You can see the secondaries adding up along with the fire fast. Let's see if we can't just take him out. Nope. I've got 2 fires on me. One of the reasons I use the repair party in case I went way down. I would have just enough time to heal and start using it again. He's got shells on me, and he's got adrenaline rush. He's fast. I'm just going to put him down with a main battery. I don't want to wait. I can here. There we go. Just as I did that, of course, I see my other adversary. But between adrenaline rush and the quick reload on this one, I'm getting shells back. He's got some out on me. That hurt. I'm now down to fairly low health, but I did get my health back. See if I can get that punched in here. And now I'm back to where I'm significantly healthier than he is. I think I've got him by 10,000 right now and growing. Let's see if I can get a Kraken. As I mentioned, the battle results will be coming right up after this game. This was fun and a good example of Republique's strengths. Here we go, shots out, and that should do it. Yes, there's our Kraken. 46 seconds left in the game. So far we've got a Confederate, a high caliber, a Kraken, and a close quarters. I possibly could have gotten 2 more close quarters, but I'd rather have the win. And the only person left is the Calibier. There he is, but I don't think we're even going to see each other around the rock in time. We're almost evenly matched on points. If there were more time, and he was out in open, I could be in trouble. But anyway, here's the game and the results. Hope you enjoyed it. So here are results, and we had 900 points in the Hall of Fame, 80 from winning a battle, and we destroyed 5 ships for 100. Honorary achievement, we got a close quarters, and then heroic achievements, we had several. So let's go back and look closer. So we got a Confederate, a close quarters, a Dreadnought, a Kraken, and a high caliber. Out of 51 gun hits, 3 incapacitations, 5 kills, 5 fires, 9 citadels, 6 defended, 139 secondary hits, and 2 spottings. Actually closed out a good bit of a campaign task I'm on. And the Self-Strike Award a good ways towards the 15 citadels. Looking closer, we came in first, not too much of a shock there with 2987 in ship XP. And the Worcester came in pretty nice behind us. He managed to get a Confederate, a Witherer, and a high caliber with 2397 and 3 kills. The detailed report, let me motor back. Hindenburg 50,000, the Worcester 46.8, the Bouillon 12.5, the Azuki 43.48. That was mostly secondaries there. The Gearing 37.11, also secondaries. Although we, for some reason, I guess didn't get the last shot on him with that. I'm not seeing. Maybe that was the close quarters. The Worcester for 44.9. The Yamato for 35. The Montana for 24.5. The North Carolina for 15.9. And the Kavlarovsk for 2,000. We tanked 1.6 million in damage. Or potential damage, I'm sorry, and 69 of the 127 defense points. We were in the game for the whole time, and we took in 125,000 in damage. A good number of sources. Credit-wise, we took home 561, almost 562,000. There were some modifiers on this, 10,000 in ship XP, 13,000 in command XP, and 604 in free XP. Anyway, very fun game. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you out there.